What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Today we're doing a showcase for the brand new super evolution of Stampede Luffy making his way into Treasure Cruise, and obviously it has been quite a bit of time now since his actual release in-game, and of course, just from the initial data download of this character's release, I was pretty excited for this one because Stampede Luffy, he was one of those units that even without the super evolution, he was already really powerful and still saw some play due to his captain ability being as good as what it is. So in this video, I'm showing you him clearing 3 relatively difficult Colosseums at this point, or arenas, should we say, and just going to give you guys a rundown of what I think after using him a little bit. So his captain ability, and remember that my Stampede Luffy is completely maxed out with level limit break 5. He doesn't have a limit break expansion, but he doesn't really get anything out of it aside from some cooldowns, so nothing really major there. But his captain ability will give -2 cooldown to Psi, Dex, and Strength characters, and provide a further 1 turn cooldown to Fighter and Powerhouse characters. I love that component about his captain, just providing really good speed farm potential. -3 cooldown, especially if you can run double Luffy, you know, you'll be getting -6, and then -2 again from sockets, -2 again from a potential ship. Potentially -10 cooldown at the start of a quest is pretty awesome. He then will also give an attack boost of a 5 times boost to Psi, Dex, and Strength characters, 1.2 health, 20% damage reduction, so providing some good bulk for your crew. Also making Psi, Dex, and Strength slots beneficial to Psi, Dex, and Strength characters, so more natural beneficial slots. And also the really neat effect of giving himself 5.5 times attack. So even though he's only providing a 5 times boost to the crew, which is about stock standard at this point, like that's usually around the bare minimum that you want to be using for Legends these days, but then 5.5 to himself, that's very, very strong of course, and you can synergize him well with other really good characters. But the most important component of his captain ability, providing the ability to remove 10 turns of despair and paralysis when it's inflicted to the crew, just absurd. It's such a good utility, and as you guys are seeing in this video, showcasing that alongside Gear 5 Luffy 6-star form, with both of these characters together, you'll be able to remove 10 turns of Bind, Despair, Special Reverse, and Paralysis. Just having that combination of removing that many debuffs together is just absurd. And then of course you can have the ability of Gear 5 Luffy, allowing him to make your normal attacks go through defensive effects when you use his EX Super Special to transform him into the Gear 5 state. So when you have this combined together, it's just absurd how strong this character actually is. Furthermore, if you get into level limit break 5, his captain ability further upgrades to give a 1.2 times chain multiplicative growth rate when your health is below 30%. So that's a neat increase there, but you know, it does require you to be at low HP thresholds, which is not always going to be the case. But that does stack with other chain multiplier, chain boosting, chain stacking effects, which is pretty nice. So your chain can go pretty high when you do opt to use him as a captain and you're at low HP thresholds. Captain ability with this guy is pretty awesome, and now let's have a look at that special, because the special of this guy has actually received a bit of an upgrade from his previous release. So he does 300 times his attack in typeless damage to all enemies, so always love to see damage dealing specials. He also removes 6 turns of attack down, chain lock, and chain reduction. So this is a new addition to his kit. With his normal super evolution, it's 5 turn removal. With his level limit break, it actually bumps it up to a 6 turn removal. So removing 6 turns of attack down, whilst also providing beneficial slots and like massive damage increasing stuff to himself is really good. So good utility, damage dealing special, changes his own slot including block into a Psi slot, and prevents it from being changed until you hit a Great Strike. So it puts it in a slot change impossible where you have to hit a Great to break it, which is so good for this character, as you can use the special and maintain that slot basically forever until you hit a Great. So you can just keep hitting your perfects, which is exceptional. And then the big boost about himself, giving himself a 3.5 times attack and orb boost for 2 turns, as well as giving himself 1500 base attack boost for 2 turns. And furthermore, with level limit break, they add an additional ability where he adds 0.25 to the effect of any color affinity boost launched from a special from Psi, Dex, and Strength characters for 3 turns. And I believe this does count for supports as well. So if you have a support that also gives color affinity boost, so long as it's a Psi, Dex, or Strength character, it will actually buff it by 0.25 as well. So obviously he gets the best benefit when you're up against int allies, or int enemies should I say. But at the end of the day, because of the raw power that this character can provide, it's actually not the biggest deal even if you're just up against, like, for type neutral damage, because he is a side character. He's going to be hitting at a bare minimum with neutral damage, which is a huge benefit to this guy. If he was strength X or quick, it would really nerf his usability, but the fact that he is a side character, he'll never hit for negative damage is huge, and the fact that this character can get access to that Sabo support is the biggest thing, because it will amplify this character's damage by a huge proportion. Like, this character with level 150 already has like 3300 attack or something like that, and then you go ahead and give himself 1500 base attack boost with his special, and then you go ahead and amplify that with Sabo support. Like, his base attack is just through the roof. And yes, his special is self-centered, it only gives himself the boosts, but he's just going to hit really, really hard. And in a lot of cases, you can just use his special to kill mini bosses by himself. The only real thing that I do find to be a bit annoying is the fact that the attack and orb boost and the base attack boost only lasts for 2 turns. I would kind of love it if it would lasted for 3 turns. Or, you know, what would have been good if he had an EX super, a super type, a super class that would extend the duration of attack and orb boosts by 1 turn, just so you can make that attack and orb boost last for multiple different turns, because I wanted to showcase him in a couple different pieces of content, and even in the latest PKA, if you could have it last for 3 turns, man, it would be so much better to use in a lot of content. But I feel like the best way that he'll see play moving forward is he's going to be used as a sub a lot. You can use the special to remove some different debuffs and give himself a huge attack and orb boost and base attack boost to kill mini bosses. And if you're up against an int boss, he himself could probably kill it by himself. But you do still have the option of using him as a captain for his amazing utility effect. So let me know your thoughts and opinions about Stampede Luffy and his super evolution down below in the comment section. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one, because I've had a lot of fun using this character thus far and plan to use him more in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed the video though, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.